This is better. I don't even know if I was freaking recording the whole time. But the light is really shining. I need to charge my phone too. My car is on. But I'm making this video. I have a hunchback. I'm making this video. That's better. It's a little bit better. I'm making this video because I've been through a lot this year from let's see, I would say from July 2020. Damn, what's this? 20? What was it? 2020 July 2021. July 2021 is when it all started. It's when my life went to hell, literally. Let me see if I can put this something back here. I need something to stick behind my my camera because it's not. I want it to sit up like that, but it's not. It's not. I need to add something to hold it in place. And I don't have anything in here. Wait, this might work. That's not working either. Anyway, I might have to hold it. I promise you guys, we're gonna get this video together. There's a lot of shadows going on. Okay. Look at the sun, just beautiful. Isn't that beautiful? How the sun is just shining on this melanin. Alright, but I wanted to hold myself accountable because we oftentimes, and I'm just speaking to the women, have a tendency of going back to things that does not serve us, or it's not healthy for us mentally, physically, spiritually. I mean, we are creatures who adore companionship, but having the wrong companion can make or break us mentally, physically, spiritually. So I'm making this video because I almost text someone who does not have no respect for me at all. I almost gave him the benefit of the doubt, and I mean, a lot of us women do that, right? I know for myself, I give people the benefit of the doubt often. I'm learning not to always trust people for who they are and let people be who they are, right? When someone tells you who they are, believe them. When someone tells you how they feel about you, whether they're angry or whatever, believe them. I believe that there are restraints. We have self-control if we choose to. And there are things that when you care for someone, things that you would not say or do. But I do believe that people can change, but not on the account of you making them change, but them wanting to change. But that's a whole nother topic. But for the most part, I am in a space right now. Like I said, since July, I've been going through it. July 20. As soon as I say that, I see a rainbow, right, in the sky. It's not even a real rainbow. It's like a peak of one. But that just shows how promising God promises, you know, is still around. But I don't really want to talk about that. I just want to talk about being more responsible for myself, right? Us ladies need to learn to be more responsible for ourselves. the choices that we make, the men that we choose. I mean, I don't get up here and talk about relationships often because I feel like a lot of the relationships that I've been in, or the relationships that I've chosen to be in have not really been conducive. And then there was one relationship that I was in that I felt like if I was a bit more mature, it could have worked out, but I wasn't at the time. And so, the choice of choosing my career over a relationship, over love, was my choice to choose my career. And I mean, was it worth it? I would say in a sense, yes, given the baggage that I would have to, my arm is getting tired. Given the baggage that I would have to, let's see. This might work. I just don't want it to fall. That's as the best I think I'm gonna get without it falling. Because it's just not it up. Guys, you guys are gonna have to look at me like this because I don't feel like holding this camera anymore. My arms is tired. But anyway, I need to focus. But yeah, so I think that for the most part, we just aren't as responsible as we need to be when it comes to who we choose to be with. I think that we have become desperate, and I understand why, because I have some desperate tendencies myself, and it took me till today to realize that I have some desperate tendencies, right? Because I was thinking like, this is my last, this will work. See, it worked. I was thinking like, my idea was that I wasn't desperate. I was just wanting companionship, right? I wasn't looking like, I wasn't desperate. I didn't feel like I was desperate. Then when I thought about it, I was like, maybe I was desperate. Wanting companionship and willing to go through anything to have it, that's desperate. That's that sense of desperation. And I think about, my life since July 2021 and what I've been through up to this point of October 2022. My life has been in shit. Okay, I'm just being real with y'all. And not in total, right? But I will say about 70% of what I've been going through has been based off the choices that I've made that has not been conducive to my growth and where it is that I'm trying to go. I often allow relationships to get in the way of my plans and the things that I want to do for myself, simply based off of wanting a companion, right? And so today I was sitting in my car, I'm at the beach, and I'm just chilling, and I was thinking like, texting this person, like, just making amends, right? And then I look back at the text messages and I was just like, there's no coming back from that. You know how you get in an argument with someone and they cross the line, or you may cross the line, you both cross the line, and it kind of just destroy the whole house. Like, you build a house and in minutes you destroy it. And I just feel like that's kind of what happened. And based off just ego and pride and who can hurt who the worst, and just irresponsibility of just lack of accountability, but also just understanding like, you don't have to go back to your vomit. Like, I was thinking like, I really was gonna text this guy. I was like, we haven't spoken in a month, and that's a while. I think when you talk to someone every day, not talking for a month, it's a while. But then it was like, before that, it just always seems just always something You know, it's always something that makes us fall apart. And it's usually the same thing, usually the same cause, right? And I was looking at a video today, and I was trying to decide or to consider, like, you know, because, you know, as a woman, we get into a space where we naturally miss people. We, you know, especially spending time with someone, you miss them, you miss their presence, you miss, even though they might not have been the most healthy for you, the most, you know, the best for you, but naturally being around someone, you're going to miss them, especially when you're going through things. You will miss them naturally. And I'm in a space where I'm choosing myself over my feelings, over my emotions. I don't want this video to be emotional, but I am emotional. And not even off of relationship, but just off of everything that I've been dealing with since July 2021. And I can literally write a book since everything that has happened. And not just you know, bad things, but good things as well. But also seeing, like, myself, and seeing, like, my life, and looking at my life, and looking at the choices I've made, and just being so disappointed in myself, and so misunderstood. But quite frankly, I can take accountability. But this is just a video to take accountability, to not text this person, not to call. Now, granted, if the opportunity comes and we both are on mutual terms and things are different, then that's a different story. But today, there's just absolutely no reason for me to contact this person, because my life is not even where I want it to be right now. And given the circumstances of, it will just not be, it's not worth it at this point. I mean, I got a lot more other things to worry about, and it's just not worth it. But we often want to fall into the hands of someone because of the circumstances that we are in as women. And, you know, I'm gonna say this without getting emotional, but as a woman, a young woman who didn't grow up with a father, didn't really have a mother figure, or I had a mother figure, but didn't have a mother companionship, didn't have a father companionship, who just felt very unseen as a kid, and becoming an adult and realizing how those same emotions have traveled with me to this day, and how a lot of those emotions have dictated the choices that I've made in my life when it comes to relationships, and allowing myself to be downplayed, to fit into a structure, into a box that people have put me in, to stand up against an image that people have created in their heads of me. I never portrayed, I mean, people may think that I portray that I'm perfect, but I never have spoken on that I'm perfect. I always share. You know, that's part of who I am, is sharing who I am, sharing my story, sharing my challenges, sharing my beliefs, my values, sharing my testimonies with people. And oftentimes that's how I connect with people. And that's what I've been doing for, you know, a very long since I've been on social media. That's one thing I do, is share my story. And I feel like that's the only, you know, purpose in that. When I felt like I had a story to share, and even to this day I feel like I have a story to share anyway, but it's just not the time to share it, because when you are in the middle of it, your main focus is to get to back to the high point of being able to share. But I was telling myself today that I deserve happiness, I deserve peace, despite what anyone says of me, what anyone feels of me, what they think I should do, what they think I should have done. I deserve the best of my life, which is peace and happiness, and the capability of sustaining wealth spiritually and materially. And I'm just too old, honestly, to just be in a phase of my life where I just feel like I'm just not there emotionally or spiritually, right? The sun is coming down. You can see the tinting. It's beautiful too, y'all. I wish I could show you guys it, but I don't think this camera turns. I can't take pictures. That's the one thing I do. Side note, that's one thing I miss about my Samsung, is to be able to record and turn the camera around. You can't do that with iPhone. So that's the most annoying thing ever. Because if you're recording videos or blogging, you want to turn the video around. But I just don't feel like doing all that. I did all this work to set up the camera. I just don't feel like doing all the trying to reset it up. But anyway, what I was saying is that take accountability for yourself, your choices that you made. Take accountability for that, because you deserve that for you. Because once you take accountability for yourself, nobody can control you, nobody can have power over you. Oftentimes, I'm gonna speak on this, and I think I'm gonna wrap it up, is that I'm a person who have considered myself been through a lot. There's a lot of things I've been through that I have not spoken on or talked about, simply because I don't know. There has to be the space for it, right? The right people. But there's many, many things that I have not spoken on, that I've harbored. And part of the reason why I probably got sick was because holding on to so much pain without having the expression to tell or to talk to anyone about it. And to this day, but learning, but as I'm out here in this world working and being around people and connecting with people, you gradually release that energy as you connect with people. But to not get off track, what I'm trying to say is that oftentimes the strong people are misinterpreted. The strong people are created an image of and defined as someone who cannot make mistakes, or someone who cannot drop the ball or drop the baton, right? The strong person cannot afford to fall. And I think that in my case, most recently, is what I've been experiencing, is giving myself grace, and also allowing those in my space who can give me the same in return, right? Most people don't want to hear your story. They want to know what you can do for them. They don't want to know why you are the way that you are. They want to know why you are the way. They want to know why. They just don't care. I mean, they don't even care. They're more concerned about how it makes them feel than understanding why you treated them that way, or why you feel that way, or why you react that way. They don't care to know why. They just care about how it makes them feel. And so most times in relationships, people go into a relationship looking for something for themselves without genuinity of companionship, right? How can we serve each other? That's what I look for in relationships. How can we serve each other? And it's been very challenging finding those relationships, because I never felt like, I won't say never, but I would say that in most cases I have not felt like my service have been reciprocated, right? And I don't go into service with expectations of receiving anything, but in certain relationships I do have the expectation, you know. And I think that should be normal in a sense where that if you are in a relationship with someone, you are serving them. When that person is unable to serve, are you willing to serve them back? So I've realized that majority of those relationships have not been the case. I do majority of the serving, and then when I can't serve or give, then it's all bets are off. Right? It's like, well, I have no use of you anymore. And that's what I've been experiencing a lot lately. And it's very heartbreaking. My heart is broken. And it's not even based off a man. It's family, friends. I've lost so many relationships in the last year and a half. These are people that I've chosen to be around, who I thought had some good intention for me, and to realize that that's not the case, and to accept it, to accept that. And I think for me, that's probably been one of the things, to accept it. And that's why me making this video is holding me accountable, is to accept where things are and how things are, and choosing better, choosing healthier choice, making healthier choices, choosing health over image, choosing health over image. And oftentimes we find ourselves in a relationship that fits our image but not our health when it comes mentally, physically, or spiritually. So I hope this helps someone. I don't know, but I know it will be. This is my accountability video. Oftentimes I don't have any friends. That's another thing. And I had to realize also that it's me. It is me. Oftentimes, when I talk to people and I tell them certain things, they're like, girl, won't you? They didn't have to do that. But I have to say, yes, it is. Sometimes it's me. Whenever things are the way that they are, you always turn to look at yourself. You never look at outward appearances or outward, because you choose to allow people in your life, in your space. You choose that. You can decide if you want that person in your space or in your life. And you have the power and the control to eliminate them from your space, right? So nobody is putting a gun to your head and saying, come be in my space, come be in my aura, come be in my energy so I can destroy you. Nobody's putting a gun to your head. You are choosing that, and you're not discerning well who these people are based off of your brokenness, based off of your trauma, based off of who you think you are. And it's this, God is transforming me inside out, and he's just literally taking all the relationships who I really had deep connection with, and just snatching them left and right. And I have to accept it, and allow life to go on and see how things play out, and not try to control things, because I can be a control freak sometimes, and not even control freak, just like to know what's happening at all times. Okay. But in life, God has just been showing me that I'm not. He's the big G. Period. Like, I have no power or control over anything or anybody but myself, and I have to be accountable for myself. So, girl, don't text him. If the disrespect, if no one has, if the trust is gone, the disrespect is there, let it be. Let it be. Because no matter how much you may want that person in your life, if you don't trust them and they don't respect you, it's just not going to work. It's not going to work. Because you're always going to be looking over your shoulder. You're always going to be questioning. You're always going to be fighting. Always going to be feeling like you have to prove yourself. Always feeling like, you have to be in battle when someone is disrespecting you. Or, even with, the fake love. You know what I'm saying? People show a lot of fake love, and it's just weird. It's so weird. It's so weird. I never in my life understood why people would fake loving someone or fake feeling someone. You know what I'm saying? Like that whole song, You Thought I Was Feeling You. That's so weird. It's a weird ass song. Excuse my language, but it's like, was you not? Like, was I supposed to not think that based off your actions and your words? Or you was, what I'm saying? Or was not even off your actions or your words, just was I supposed to believe that you was not feeling me? Based off of, what I'm saying, chemistry, vibes, words, actions, But sometimes when you look back and you realize that people was telling you who they were the whole time, you just was not listening. And you chose not to listen. You chose not to take heed. You chose not to because of your brokenness. And that person felt like because of your brokenness, because of the lack of accountability for yourself, because of the lack of love you have for yourself, you were willing to be desperate enough to put up with the disrespect and the mistrust just to have someone take up space in your life because that's what you desire. And a lot of women go through that. A lot of women go through that. And that's why we see a lot of domestic violence. Ironically, speaking of, right? But yeah, I mean, my life is a book, for real. It's a book. It's a story. It's a movie. Literally. I mean, people say this all the time, but I have not even shared the most juicy part of my life. Simply based off of you just can't trust anybody, and everybody don't have the respect for you to share things with them because whatever reason, right? But don't text him, sis. Don't call him. I'm not gonna call him. I'm not gonna text him. I'm gonna heal myself. I'm not gonna look outward to heal for people to heal me. I'm gonna heal myself. And I'm tired of healing myself because most times I could say yes, I caused damage to myself by choosing these people, but also it's hurt because when you are genuine and you realize that people wasn't genuine with you, and you realize that your genuinity has been in vain, which is not in vain in the spiritual realm, but right now in reality it's been in vain, because believe it or not, God sees the heart and he knows, and I'm aware of that. But you still have to go through it, go through the emotions, go through the feelings of realizing and accepting these things of what they are and moving forward for your best interests. And it's not always fun. It's not always fun choosing yourself. But if you don't, who will? If you don't choose yourself, who's going to choose you? And I tell myself, like, I don't have any friends like that who I can genuinely feel like I can call and tell them things that I'm going with. Who can I run to? Who can Amira run to? Who can Amira be vulnerable with? Who can Amira hug and say, I love you? Who can Amira do that to and for? And part of, I think, and when I think about that, I think of my nieces and nephews, because I know that I love them so much. Like, I love them so much, and I give them love and kisses every time I can. And I think about where I'm at in my life right now and how I can't be there for them because of the choices I've made and the relationships, broken relationships family, friends, you know, it's just broken. And yeah, so that's all I have to say. I hope that next time I make a video, I'm in a whole better space mentally. I'm not in a great space mentally. I'm not in a bad space either. I'm just not where I want to be. Look at that beautiful sunset. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. This is like angel wings. But I wish I was on the other receiving side. As the sun is setting, the sun is rising, you know. And I love the sunrise. Sunset is cool, but it just welcomes darkness, welcomes all the stuff that we try to run away from. But then there's the moon guiding us to the light. But anyway, I'm gonna get off here because I have things to do, and I don't want to make this video long because it's already 30 minutes, and so that's enough. I'm not gonna drag it out. But I love you guys, and I hope you guys are doing well. Excuse the, I know I'm never on this thing looking cute. I mean, I'm cute, but I could do better. I really can. I could throw on some lashes, do my lashes. I can do my eyebrows. I can get my nails done, you know. But these things to me right now does not matter, because there's the most important things, and that's getting my soul, my spirit, and my mind right. Like, the look does not mean anything if inside you ain't healing like you want to and need to. And I know that you look good, you feel good. That is true, but that's a temporary feeling. I want to feel good when I wake up, despite how my hair look, despite what my nails look. You know what I'm saying? Despite what's on my face. I want to wake up happy and feeling good despite all of that. And looking in the mirror and knowing that I'm beautiful regardless. And I know that I can look in the mirror, I can look into this camera and see my beauty. You know, I don't need no one to tell me that. I don't need validation, because I've been told I was beautiful my whole life. And when you heard it your whole life, it gets, I mean, it doesn't get old, but it's like, you know. And a part of it, why a lot of people get jealous or envy you, because it's like, you move like, you're confident in yourself and your abilities, and people are envious of that. And so then they try to downplay you to keep you lower so that you can forget who you are. And then you're stuck in this space because you desire things that your brokenness have attracted, based off of someone else's brokenness, you know, trauma bonding, as they would call it. And I was really hoping that this time around that, you know, I don't know, I wasn't really hoping, honestly, but I was just living. But anyway, I'm gonna get off here because now I'm rambling. But I'll talk to you guys later. Stay beautiful, stay prayed up, stay hopeful, keep God first despite your circumstances. Accept your consequences. Accept your choices. Love yourself. Make effective, healthy moves this season to walk into the best season of your life. I love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.